If you're watching this video, you're probably considering a drone. Maybe you're looking at the DJI MAVIC 2 Zoom like I have, the Pro, the Air 2 just came out, the Mavic Mini 2 just came out. Everyone's wondering about the Mavic Pro 3. You just want to know what to buy. Should you wait? Is this worth your money? I'm going to answer all those questions for you guys here today. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Nick Corona. I've been flying drones ever since drones have been out. And on the Mavic 2 Zoom, I personally have 81 hours of flight time, some million odd number of feet flown. You get the idea. And this is actually my second Zoom. That's why it's in an individual box like this versus the bundle that you're probably used to seeing. And today I'm just going to go over my thoughts after 1 year of flying this. I'm going to go over the bag, the drone itself, and just to answer some of your initial questions. Yes, I recommend buying it. And on this ground, that DJI is phenomenal at pricing their drones. If you go buy a Mavic First Edition Pro, it's still around $900 and you get your money's worth. I don't argue that the price might not go down a little bit on this, but it'll probably stay relatively close to where it is, and it'll be a good value for years to come. When the 3 comes out, it'll be even more expensive and more value. If you look at any of the DJI drones, they have phenomenal resale, so I never feel bad buying their products, and their products don't get aged out quickly. Like when they release the new one, it doesn't just make the old one irrelevant and garbage. They're really good at doing that. And with that being said, I also recommend this over the Super Pro series, like spending 20 grand on an Inspire. At this price point, you just get so much for your money. One final thing before I actually get into the drone and we start looking at it, a lot of people just struggle between, do I get the Zoom or the Hasselblad Pro? Well, there's a few things to consider. The Hasselblad's going to do better in low light. It's more megapixels. It might be better for photography, but I feel like the Zoom is way more versatile. If you know about photography and cinematography, there's a lot of things that you just need to be able to zoom to do. Like if you want to do parallax effects, or if you're interested in just further separating your subject from the background, it does a better job when you're zoomed in. Also, you're gonna miss any of the shots that you just don't take. And sometimes when you're zoomed all the way out, you miss things on the little screen. You know, maybe you see it when you're on your computer and wishing you would have zoomed into it more, or that you would have had the ability to in the moment. There's a lot of things to consider. Also, with that being said, you can change the cameras. There are advanced pilots out there that learn just enough to take the screwdriver out, and it's not insanely hard to just swap the camera. So you can buy this and then get the Pro camera, and if you want to do a night shoot, you switch it out. No big deal. So I hope that answers a lot of your initial questions. Essentially, if you're not willing to spend more money than this, then there's no reason to wait for the 3. If you just want the best of the best, of course the 3 will be better, and I think we'll see it in the next 6 months. With that being said, let's get into the drone. This is the bag that comes with the DJI 2 Zoom bundle. I don't have anything in here right now. I got an extra cord in here, and I know I've got my Polar Pro ND filters, which you can watch my entire video on if you want to know more about those, along with some spare blades. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move things from this bag that I actually use into the bag it comes with to just explain a few things to you. First of all, I'm not using this bag as much because I have more equipment than can fit in here, and sometimes it's more convenient to just load the drone and the equipment into another bag. With that being said, I've used this bag so much that it's actually becoming damaged. It's split right here, and I recently broke the zipper. So there goes my weather seal. So now I really won't be using this anymore since rain will get my drone wet. But it's still a great bag. I just think its time is limited, especially if you're rough on stuff like I am. This bag I'll make another video for, but has been great. I am super rough on stuff like I said, and this bag has withstood every test that I have put it through. And it's also super customizable. I have my whole camera in here, the drone, and everything it comes with. So I'm just gonna set that back here. And we'll start pulling it out. So first and foremost, the Mavic 2 zoom. Always keep the travel cover on. This will protect your gimbal. It'll certainly break without it. I love this drone. This drone can go 47 miles an hour. It has all the latest and greatest tracking and following features. I'm not a big believer in them. I don't think they work all that great. I think you're gonna get better shots if you just become a good pilot. There's a few auto features you can get good at using, but auto follow is probably the most disappointing one to me. The sensors are nice to have, but if you watch my videos, you'll see sometimes they mess shots up to me and they're really hit or miss. All in all though, this is just a fabulous drone. I've gotten so much use out of it. It just, the zoom nails every shot that I need. The only time I ever regret having a zoom is if I'm trying to do something in low light. That's really the only time I wish I had that Hasselblad. We're gonna continue to talk about the drone as we go through some of these accessories and load the bag up. So the next thing is the batteries. Now, the batteries, I damaged mine. I flew in weather over 100 degrees Fahrenheit and it messed my batteries up pretty bad. So basically when I was flying, they got super hot and it made them get fat. The problem is they are still fat. See that? These should be flat together. I shouldn't be able to teeter them like that. It just shows how swollen they are. And the problem is it makes them want to pop out of the drone. So when I go to eject them, as soon as I press the tabs in, it pops out, because now when I use them and they get hot, they get even fatter and want to pop out even more. So I know I'm going to be flying my drone one day and it's just going to fall out of the sky. AKA, I'm not really using these batteries anymore, so I'm kind of down to one battery. Gonna see what DJI does, if there's a replacement program or what, because these are about $110 each last time I checked. So hopefully I can do something with them, or else I guess they're just gonna be power packs, you know, just extra batteries to supply power with this awesome accessory. This is one of the coolest things DJI did, in my opinion, just giving you the ability to turn your extra batteries into a power brick. You just plug in this accessory, then you turn it on, and now you got a power brick. And I find it super useful when I'm traveling, which is one of the main places you use your drone, because I hate looking for places to charge my phone in a hotel room or in a new place. So you can just, bam, charge your phone. They really did this, so I assume you can charge your controller on the go. But I'll let you know right off the bat, the controller on a full charge would probably last for 6 or 7 batteries through this drone, so you never really run into that issue. But this is super useful to have, and I really appreciate that, and I use it, like I said, a lot when I travel. The next thing that you'll notice is you get this splitter. It's so you can charge 4 batteries. Now what it does is it charges 4 batteries, one at a time. They're smart batteries. It knows which one to charge first. It has different things that it looks at, like it'll charge the one that's closest to full first, but not if it's a certain temperature, and all these other factors that are taken into account. And if you plug these batteries into your drone and go to the right screen, you can actually see how many flights each battery's done. So I know these ones are around 150 each, and they're pretty much completely toast. But that's kind of on me. I think if you treated them better and didn't fly in extreme conditions, you'd be totally fine. But you know, that one was for you guys. The next thing is the car charger, or some all-terrain vehicles and things have it. So I always keep it in the bag. Personally, I keep it right here in the side. There's always a good spot for it. These batteries, I keep the top part in this little net up here. And then both of these batteries have a spot right under where the controller goes, and they both just fit down in there. Then we've got the Mavic 2 controller. Probably one of my favorite controllers now that the new one's out. The new one does have slightly further range, which is going to be great for when you're flying, you know, illegally and way out of your visual line of sight. Because if you guys have watched my video, one thing I've discovered is no matter how much range you have, these do not transmit through skyscrapers, mountains, really, really big things. If you really break your visual line of sight, you will still lose that transmission. If you keep a hypothetical line of sight where there's nothing interfering between you and your drone, that's where you get that max distance. And also Wi-Fi, guys. Any Wi-Fi signals interrupt your signal, so that's something else to keep in mind. With that being said, I like this controller because even though it has 2 kilometers less range than the huge ones that are out now, I like how little it is. I like how I can just toss it in my pocket. I can put this in my pocket, and this I can fold up and put in my pocket, and that's everything I need to fly, because I'll have my phone on me. So there's times where I literally just fold this drone up and put it in my hoodie pocket. That's all of it. So having that huge controller does definitely add another just factor to everything. The controller is great. These antennas are directional, by the way. Keep the flat side towards your drone. But the range is so good, it doesn't matter. That's why you see my antennas just all over the place, because I'm not even going that far usually to where it matters. Yeah, I love the controller. So that's a spot right here. I put this in here. This is the charging cable they give you. Standard plugs into the wall, charge 1 battery at a time, but it also has a charger for your controller, which is great. And it has a USB spot so you can charge, your phone or something else at the same time. Once again, great, especially when you're traveling, because you can just plug it in. You can be charging all your drone batteries, your controller, your cell phone, everything. It's like a little hub for you. I keep an extra Android charger on me for the controller because this is the only one they give you. They give you a lot of stuff, and that's the only thing they don't give you, is something to mobily charge your controller. So if you just throw a little extra Android cord in there, you'll have everything that you need. The drone fits in here real snug, and you'll see the way that the blades go in real close. You can kind of see how my bag wore and tore over time. Like I said, this is a great bag. I personally won't use it anymore after 1 year of using it because the zipper broke, and without the weather seal, that's the main reason I use the bag. So I just kind of use it at home to keep my drone together, but I'm loading into that bag pretty much every time I go flying now. So with that being said, I highly recommend the Mavic 2 Zoom as a gift to anyone, or an investment if you're looking to get this for yourself. It's a timeless drone. I guarantee you this drone is going to be producing usable shots and content for years to come. Even as new drones come out, this is going to be good for a while, and especially knowing that there's the ability to attach different cameras to it. Who's to say another camera won't come out in the future? You could even probably attach the thermal camera that comes on the Mavic 2 Enterprise Edition to this and have thermal vision. So there's a lot of options. Also, one more thing to point out is I've seen people put GoPros on here. So even when you take the camera out of it, it's still just a phenomenal drone for what you're paying. You don't necessarily need to spend 20 grand on an Inspire to have amazing movie quality content. And with that being said, if you guys have any additional questions I didn't answer, please ask below. I'll answer them. We can even make another video about it. I really just want to encourage you all to get into flying. Don't be afraid to make the investment, because you've got that great resale. You've got the confidence to know that DJI really appropriately prices all their drones, and they really future-proof their pricing. And also, you've got my great channel to watch and inspire you to fly and make cool things. Take this with you when you travel. Take it with you when you go anywhere, because you never know when you're going to want to bust it out and fly. It'll also make just an amazing gift that someone will never forget. So either way, I hope you learned something out of this video. I hope even if you already were a flyer, you still just get inspired to go make something. Let's encourage everyone to get out there and fly. Safe flying to everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Happy holidays. Till next time. Peace.